Elon Musk, when he bought Twitter, changed it to X, he cut a lot of jobs at that company. So I'm assuming that if you work in the federal government right now, you might be a little nervous seeing him coming in there and being in the soon to be president's ear. So how do you think that they inspire government that isn't just made up of yes men and a fear-based atmosphere?
Yeah, really good point. So what I argue in this column I have in the Wall Street Journal is that the most important thing is not to make officials, civil servants feel fearful, but actually make them feel protected. Because the real problem with there are two real problems with the two biggest problems with civil service are one, if you really make a decision and take responsibility, there's always somebody who doesn't like it. It's going to attack you. So the people in charge, let's say Musk or Trump, they have to have their back. They have to have a mechanism to protect civil servants who do the right thing from being attacked by the interest group that didn't get the contract or whatever it is, right? The second thing is the senior civil servants who Trump wants to be able to fire at will under a proposal he has, they don't actually have the authority to manage the people below them. So what's really important is to give the senior civil servants the authority to actually manage their own departments. That's a far bigger problem than the civil servants who are simply just dragging their heels and trying not to do what Trump wants, which is also a problem. But the big problem is that government's unmanageable. Well, what's the waste in an organization that you can't manage? It's huge.
So I guess my next question would be, if the government's unmanageable, do you think these two in this department can make it manageable? And what does that timeline look like?
Um, they can make it manageable if they bring in the people who know how each department works and come up with simpler operating frameworks that allow humans to take responsibility. That's not possible today. And so, yes, they could do it. They can do it with help. They can't do it unilaterally. And they're going to have to do it generally department by department and probably starting with pilot projects. And that timeline is not, well, I mean, you could certainly do a lot in a year, but you couldn't overhaul the entire government in a year. It's going to take a number of years. And eventually it will take the cooperation of Congress and others. But I think when people see how much better government works when you let people come to work and actually roll up their sleeves and take responsibility, then I mean the public will be much more prone to let this happen. I mean, people are just so sick to death of a government that costs a lot and achieves little.